It's a very, very difficult for me to talk publicly about the work that I've done over the last 30, 40 years. But, and I think what is more difficult is doing it in 10 minutes. Because if you talk about your experiences over the last 30 or 40, 10 minutes doesn't give you time, not really, but that's a challenge which I've accepted. It talks about the construction of script and the complementary use of video for that script. And it's a very sort of perhaps detailed look at documentary production, but it's my experience and it's what I've enjoyed doing over so many years.
Well, I spoke about what is possibly one of my most satisfying moments, really, in the time that I've been writing and working in drama, which was when I had the chance to take one of my plays to a theatre in London. Obviously we spoke a lot ahead of the event, and now's a chance for me to look back on it and reflect on the amazing time that we had taking the Blue Whale to the space. And that's what I've done, is shared my experience with the people who came down to listen to the talk, and hopefully they can get a sense of my enthusiasm for it.
My talk is about the power of praxis, because I've been spending many years researching a 21st century approach to learning. So it's a deeper, holistic approach, which is not just our subject areas, but really developing the whole child, looking at developing life skills, their communication, collaboration skills, and all those sorts of things. So basically this talk is looking at how we have used project-based learning as a means of enhancing the quality of our teaching and learning provision for our children in Gibraltar.
So this evening's conversation was predominantly about illustration, particularly the rock retreat that I had the pleasure of going to in Accra this year, and how we can use illustration more effectively in Gibraltar. I believe that it's a sector that is growing, and it's a very exciting one, and I think that if we can maybe change the way that we're recording it, then we can really capitalize on it and add it as another string to our bow as a Gibraltar economy.
I mean, it's very different. I'm not used to talking about myself, but I have really enjoyed the talk. I spoke a little bit about my interest in history, so where it all began, going back to when I was younger. I spoke about my studies, my time at UEA in Norwich and at Oxford. I've spoken a little bit about as well my research interests, of how I researched Gibraltar's history during the Spanish and early British periods, the archival work and that. I've spoken a bit more about the Janito History Doctor and how I got into the social media project that I'm currently working on.